What's splashing the soldier the game spitter, Mr. West? Let me holler at you. Yeah, I seen your Drink Champs interview. Yeah, and I see what you're trying to do, and I understand. But the elite don't understand why you're doing what you're trying to do. Because, Mr. West, as you know, when you all alone, when you in the car and you riding by yourself and all that there, it's too late for all that there. See, Mr. West, what you got to realize is, once you took that pill to go into the matrix world, there wasn't no turning back. The only way you can go back into the real world is in a box, and you know that, Mr. West. Like in the meeting that the gatekeepers had, it don't necessarily got to be, face-to-face, Zoom call type. You understand? They was talking, they was saying like every 5 to 10 years, it's always an icon that they make an icon, and they always flip. They always go back to the righteous side and try to convert the people that don't want to be converted. They don't want to be woken up, Mr. West. So after we pull your plugs, Mr. West, we got our hand on the plug, like in the Matrix, when Neo was laying in the chair, you got to lay in the chair to go in the Matrix world, and they could pull your plug and you die in the Matrix. Yeah, you can't come back into the world. Yeah, they got their hand on it, Mr. West. And where to shock you and crush your heart and break your soul down, the person that's going to pull it is a person that told you they love you. And the reason why we're going to make them pull it is because it's all part of the Matrix, baby. It could be Kim K with her hand on the plug to pull it. It could be Jay-Z with his hand on the plug to pull it. It could be your wife babysitter that you hate with her hand on the plug to pull it. And they're all willing to pull it. They hate to do it, but it's an order. And that seems like what you got a problem with, Mr. West. Following order, the new world order. It's too late to turn back now. They told Desiree and Jay-Z, after your mom died, that's what made you weak. And they knew you weren't going to bounce back from that. Jay-Z and Desiree ain't want to believe it. Other people that believed in you ain't want to believe that. But you wasn't the same after that happened, because you then realized it was real. All the stuff that you heard before that, it was true. It was real. And it hit your home. And somehow, somewhere, you thought in your head that wasn't going to happen to you, Mr. West. You thought you was greater than the ones that came before you, or something different was going to happen, different from the ones that came before you. But nah, you get the same sacrifices. You get the same treatment. Ain't you an icon just like them? Yeah, because it's different levels. You got famous people. You got superstars. Then you got the icon. And that's what you wanted. You wanted to be just like them. But nah, not ye. You wanted more than them. And they gave that to you. Didn't you want to be richer than Jay-Z? They made that happen. Didn't you want to be richer than Beyonce and Kim K? They made that happen. You wanted the whole world to see you on top, the #1 selling shoe, clothing line, whatever, anything you touch, sell millions, billions of dollars. But what's the problem, Mr. Yee? Oh, you wanted your mother to see you be the icon that you is today? It doesn't work like that, Mr. West. You know this. And yes, they made you an icon, but what kind of icon is you? Is you a dead one, like Prince and Michael Jackson? Or is you a live one, like Jay-Z and Beyonce? Which one you want? Because it seemed like you want to be placed right beside Prince and Michael Jackson instead of Kim K, Jay, and Beyonce and all them. That's where you want to be placed with them. You want to be remembered like them. That's what you want, Mr. Yee? Because you running your mouth too much and you being disobedient, Mr. West. And you don't got enough power. Just because you worth 9 billion or 8 billion, you don't have enough power. And yes, you got more money than Jay-Z and Kim K and everybody. When you had that Zoom call, you said you had more money than all of them put together. But you know what, Mr. West? It's too bad that the elite control the numbers. Yeah, so the only person that know you got more money than them is you. A lot of people, half will believe it. The other half will call you crazy because they even control the people that think you crazy or the people that don't think you crazy. They control everything, including you. Have a reason to be paranoid. You being disobedient. You know you're going against the grain. And you know it ain't no turning back from that. So now what, Kanye? You gonna put hints in your music like Michael Jackson did or Prince did and hope that people wake up? They've been over 300 years. They still ain't woke. They don't want to be waking up. You fighting the wrong fight. You fighting for no reason. You only fighting for yourself. They don't want to wake up. They don't want to buy land. They don't want to buy property. They don't want to buy all the things that you saying in the interview. They don't want to do that. They like the things we provide over what you trying to tell them to do. that they done heard everybody say the same thing all the way back from Malcolm X to Martin Luther King. It don't matter what leader tell them this, they don't care. It don't matter what race tell them this. So I'm talking about the blacks, the whites, everybody. This new generation don't care. They don't want to own anything. Kanye, should we show you the paper? Should we show you the proof? You see the numbers. Ownership is going down. Renting is going up. More people is leasing, financing, renting apartments, renting, leasing houses. Nobody wants to own anything no more. This is the new world order. So you still having this Black Wall Street mindset. It ain't gonna work in this new world order. Before we let that work, you'll get crushed because you just one man. How could it work and you don't have the power? We gave you the power that you got and we finna pull that from you. So of course you can't trust nobody right now. And of course you'll start doing more interviews and speaking more and, sleeping at friends' house because you want them to witness your murder. If he, run down on you like that, you think that it's gonna end like a gun down type. Nah. We got 1,000 different ways to knock you down. So you fighting a different devil, Mr. West. We can easily, the person in the house you going over, we can easily make them put something in their food they may go to jail for that, and we frame them, and we make them go to jail for that. It's called sacrifice, Mr. West. Something that you always encounter with, and now you starting to feel different. But like your fellow icons, they did the same thing that you doing. When they about to die or something real bad about to happen, they always do interviews more, or they always put out albums more, and they'll start going on tour more and start dropping music more. And when they do interviews, they'll always reminisce and start reminiscing on the good times when they was younger, or when they first came into the music business, when everything was more like a family and it wasn't before all the fame and the sacrifices came. They'll start talking about who inspired them and who gave them their nicknames, and when they first started making beats and why they became a music artist, and when it was more love. And they just reminiscing, like when they say you dying and flashbacks start coming in your head when you was a baby until now and all that there. That's what you doing. On these interviews, remembering all the good times. Like being a single gave me this name and I still owe him some money. And this was the first person that bought my beat. And I remember I used to wear this clothing line first, and this was my favorite hat. It used to be my favorite shoes. I remember the first time I went to a studio. I remember the first time I did drugs. All that there. Start reminiscing, wanting the world to hear your whole story. Then you'll throw little, hints in there, mix it up a little bit. You're trying to speak. But the problem is, Kanye, when you speaking the truth and you want the world to hear you and you're trying to wake up the people, you doing it on the Matrix platform. Like when you speaking in these interviews, it don't matter what big platform you go on to make sure everybody hear what you got to say. They all control all of them. So anytime you get deep in the conversation, they always gonna cut you off or switch the subject. When you speaking in these interviews and you trying to wake up our people on these big platforms that our people watch every day, you got to understand, Mr. West, they control all of them. Breakfast Club, Drink Champs. That's why anytime that you get deep, they're going to cut you off. They're going to horns going, take a shot, hit the blunt. Yeah, you can't do that on their platform because their platform will get shut down for letting you do that. So your best bet, if you really wanted to wake up the people, you would just hit record on your phone and upload it. Or maybe even go on Vlad TV. He might let you speak. Yeah, he might let you speak. And he might not cut you off as much like Nori did. You understand? All these different bloggers on YouTube, you can call them, reach out. If you really wanted to wake up the people, you can call them, link up with them, and they'll let you speak on their platform all day. No up-and-coming blogger on YouTube turned a Kanye West interview down. That's cap if they say they would, unless they don't really like the dude or they hate him or something. So you're not doing that. That tells me that you still need the elite money. You still need a platform to sell your product. That's why you won't just upload a video and just speak the truth. And you scared to die. You don't want to die. That's why you'll keep saying little hints and just won't come out with it. Yeah, so that's why they'll pull your plug. And that's why you'll go through the situations you're going to go through in the near future, because you're playing both sides. You still want their money and you still want their platforms. You still want their money, meaning the elite money, and you want to use their platforms, and you still want to wake up the people. And why you think they're going to let you keep doing that, playing both sides of the field? You want to know why Kim K left you and you hate that babysitter? Because that babysitter telling Kim K, she the one who really telling Kim K, if you stay with Kanye West, you may get the same type of consequences that Kanye West going to get from the higher ups. She really trying to save Kim K and keeping Kim K on the right path. that hurt Kim K, that she can't spend the rest of her life with you, like being next to you. That hurt her, because that's the real issue. That's the real answer. That's the truth. You hate the babysitter because you know the babysitter was sent from the elite to keep Kim K on track, because Kim K don't listen to her sisters and her mom like that, or her dad like that. But the babysitter keep her in line, keep her in check, especially from disobedient guys like you. She told Kim K, be strong. You in too deep too. You can't stand beside that. You can't stand with that, or you'll fall with that domino effect. If you want to save your family, if you really love the Kardashians and you want to keep that name strong and alive, you gotta, separate from him. You still gonna get the money. You still gonna get the respect. You gonna find another relationship. I know that you really loved him. I know he was better than everybody that you ever had. But you gotta make it seem like it was him, his ego. That's what you mean when you say his ego. It was him. He don't want to follow order. He don't want to follow the New World Order. But he was already in it. But now he flipping like the other ones did, like Prince and Michael Jackson did. So what's best for Kim K health and family and status is to, push away from that. Make it seem like he crazy. And once Kim K say that you crazy, all her fans gonna say you crazy. And more people gonna say you crazy. Some people only gonna believe that you really a genius and all that stuff. With the voting for Trump and standing beside Trump and all that stuff, that's why some black people gonna say you crazy, and they lost because I don't know why they think Biden. They picked Biden over Trump, but that's another conversation. But as many nights Kim K cry because she really want to be with you, and she really want to stand with you and fight with you and say the same things and stamp everything that you saying, but she can't because she in too deep, just like you. She just, follow order a little bit better than you do. She knows she turn her back for the people. The people ain't gonna care. They'll take the information and hear it, be like, I knew it, you right. But they'll never do it. They'll never buy the land. They'll never buy the houses. They'll never buy the land. They'll never buy the stocks. None of that. Why? Because Mercedes coming out with a new car. Lamborghini coming out. New jewelry. Johnny Dane got new jewelry coming out. There's new houses to rent out. Just all these trips. The same state's been here for 1,000 years. Yeah, they still got to go to Cali. All this surgery. Yeah. All these shoes and, everything. Sports and everything. So, the people would rather spend their money on that. Being entertained and fashion over land, property, stocks, all that stuff that all the billionaires invest in. They don't care about none of that. They just say they do because it sounds nice and it sounds good. Don't you understand? Let's look at the numbers. Let's ask the banks. Now, of course, Mr. West, you can fix this by shutting your mouth, following order, doing what Master say. You know how to do what Master say, right? If not, give your life back over to God, which it seemed like you already did. And whatever consequences come that the elite can bring and the devil can bring on land, you deal with that. They only can do that to your flesh, not your soul. So you gave your soul to God, right? So you good. So it's just up to you. It's all on you, like BG third album. Free BG. Gone.